I was out on Twitter an hour before they announced that Joe Biden won the presidential election, and Trump was still out on Twitter saying he won. I mean, unbelievable. This man really need to go see a shrink for real. So he's out golfing, not talking to the press. Who knew an election would silence this loudmouth man? But it did. So this is NPR, November 7th, 2020. Far from over, Trump refuses to concede as Biden margin of victory widens. Now, the last time I looked, Biden had 290 delegates and Trump had 214. Okay. So shortly after the Associated Press, other networks called the presidential race for former Vice President Joe Biden. President Trump released a statement claiming the election was far from over, falsely accusing President elect Biden of attempting to undermine the electoral process and vowing to take the election to the courts. I don't see what he can really do. I really don't, but Trump was at his golf course in Virginia when a slew of networks announced Biden had won the presidency. The AP and networks only called a race when they determined the the candidate is no possible path to victory. So they determined Trump definitely did not have that path to victory, even factoring in votes that remain to be counted. The presidential race is always called by the media well before the before it's certified. Certification deadlines vary by state, but are set days or weeks after an election. The AP and networks often called the race on election night. As has been anticipated, tallying votes took longer than usual in many states. Huge numbers of voters cast their ballots via mail because of the pandemic, and many state legislatures did not allow those mail in votes to begin to be counted until Election Day. The AP determined that Biden reached the threshold of 270 electoral votes on Saturday, but actually, when I looked, he was way up to 290. And that was as of Saturday morning, as he secured the crucial swing state of Pennsylvania and its 20 electoral votes for Biden. Shortly after, the AP called Nevada for Biden, bringing the electoral vote total to 290. Biden's lead in Georgia, while Trump has the edge in North Carolina, neither of which have been called by the AP. Neither state would swing the result of the election at this point. Counting also continues in Arizona, which the AP called for Biden earlier in the week, where Biden maintains a narrow edge. In his statement, Trump reiterated baseless claims that the votes are being counted improperly. He also emphasized his campaign's legal challenges to the voting process, several of which have already been thrown out of courts because of a lack of any evidence of wrongdoing. We all know why Joe Biden is rushing to falsely pose as the winner and why his media allies are trying so hard to help him. They don't want the truth to be exposed, Trump wrote. The simple fact is the election is far from over. Joe Biden has not been certified as the winner of any state, let alone any highly contested states headed for mandatory recount or states where our campaign has valid and legitimate legal challenges that could determine the ultimate victor. Boy, talk about not accepting reality. This man is definitely not accepting reality. Y'all need to chip in and get Trump a shrink for real. Many of those lawsuits focus on questions of transparency and access to observe vote counting. For instance, um, what they're disputing and how far the election observer can stand from the officials. It is not clear how such a legal challenge could shift the results of the election. So I just think Trump is beating a dead horse here. Wow. Trump also referred to legal votes and illegal ballots. He has frequently suggested mail-in ballots are illegitimate. Research have found no evidence of widespread fraud. And you know what? They went back and look at Trump's voting record. He even mailed in ballots before. You know, the absentee ballots. He's done that before. States within the Republican and Democratic election officials have used the voting method for years without major issues. Trump himself has voted by mail. Exactly. Trump also accused the president elect of seeking to count ballots even if they were fraudulent. See, he's making all these claims and this is why it's getting thrown out. He don't have no physical evidence of this. That's why his cases are getting thrown out. The Biden Harris campaign has not encouraged any violation of election laws. Just a few hours earlier, the president has falsely tweeted that he had won the election, a message flagged by Twitter. Yeah, I read, y'all, they're saying as soon as he's done with his presidency, they gonna get his butt off of Twitter because he's put a lot of disinformation out there. And plus, remember, he is out there as a world leader. So his world leader status is going to be taken away once his presidency is done. It should be noted that the concession speeches don't have any legal force. And Biden will be the next president, regardless whether Trump's, he concedes or not. It really don't matter. On Friday, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi referred to Biden as president-elect. How exciting it has come before you today with Joe Biden having the tremendous mandate that he has. She told reporters on Capitol Hill, and that pretty soon the hyphen will be gone from vice president to president elect Joe Biden. Happy day for the country. Somebody is out here mowing a lawn in practical darkness, y'all. These people are crazy. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.